Hi there, welcome to Knit a Rainbow. In this episode, we are going to talk about works in progress. Am I still addicted to socks? Spoiler alert, yes. And what I'm working on, and show you some clips from where I was last week. So last week, my husband and I took a quick trip and went to the Cayman Islands. Let me tell you, what a spectacular place. It was my first time there. I was blown away by the weather. It was anywhere from 72 to 83 degrees every single day. It was sunny. There was a light breeze. It was perfect. No humidity. It was so spectacular. And we just had a great time. I'm really, really excited that we had the opportunity to go. It was my husband's birthday. And it's just that time of the year in the Northeast when this beach girl needs to dip her toes in the sand. So I was just so happy to go and get away. And it was when we left New Jersey, it was 11 degrees. That early in the morning, and it was just a wonderful trip, and so that's what we did. So here are some clips of our time in the Cayman Islands. What have I worked on this week? I'm going to tell you, going away is so exciting, but what happens to me when I come back is I don't want to work. I don't want to do the things that I have set on my list to do, and it's very hard for me to get back in the groove. I find when I'm super busy, I am super productive. When I'm not busy, I am not productive. So what do I want to do all day? I want to sit and I want to knit socks. I used to knit socks back in the day, and I liked them. I mean, they were great. I actually gave my sock blockers to my friend Helen because I was like, yeah, I'm never going to knit socks. And Helen was always wearing knit socks and always knitting socks. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, just take this. Why would I care? So I ended up buying new sock blockers from Amazon. There were 3 sizes, and right before I left, on the last vlog, I had finished one of these. This was the Cozy Knitter Suave, and it was her sock set. And on the trip, which, you know, whenever I go away, let me know if you do this too, I pack my knitting first. It's the first thing, you know, that I need. And what I packed was the other sock, which I finished, and a little ball of yarn and a pattern. And I was figured, you know, if I need it, it actually was this yarn, which is Emma's yarn, Super Silky. And I am using this color on my quilted cardigan as the border and for the cuffs, collar, and hem. Not collar, you know, whatever. I'll show you in a minute because I finished it. And I had done the hem on the bottom and then picked up and did the band. And I just had the cuffs left. I don't know, I think I left it up in my attic studio and I forgot about it. It was in a bag. And so when I came home, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to finish the cuffs. So I had this color. I didn't have like specific sock yarn, but I knew that I had this. So if I finished my sock on the trip, then I would have something to at least start the ribbing. Okay. I knit about this much on the plane ride, and then I just kind of knit on it, and it was super, super fun. I finished it when I got home. I actually didn't finish this until I got home. On the plane ride home, I thought for sure, because I had already knit the heel flap and, you know, turned for the heel and knit my gusset stitches. I barely had anything left to do. And I figured, oh, you know, that's what I'll work on the plane. When we got on our plane to come home, we were very excited because we had 2 seats next to each other. And when they closed the doors, nobody else got on. So we ended up having, you know, that row of 3 for just the 2 of us. We were like, you know, we weren't high-fiving. We were just kind of like. And then the family that was behind us and over one, they had 3 children. So the mother and one of the children were a couple of rows ahead of us, and then the dad and 2 children were right behind us. And for the life of me, and I say this with all kindness, I never care about other people's kids. I never do. I'm usually the one that's like watching out to make sure somebody doesn't run out the door, or, you know, I'm not, because I'm a mother and I know that it takes a village. And when somebody else's child or baby is crying, it doesn't really bother me because it's not my children. For the first time, I believe in my life, it really bothered me. Holy cow, this kid screamed the whole time that I couldn't zone out and knit. So I have these wonderful noise canceling headphones, and I put those on and I watched 2 movies for the way home. And it was actually a brutal plane ride. It was a brutal plane ride home. The poor kid was very upset, and he wanted his mother. He was stuck with his dad, and his dad, for whatever reason, no judgment here, was really, really not interested in helping him. So there was that. So I ended up coming home, and instead of hitting the ground running and doing all those jobs that I had listed myself to do because I was going to be refreshed and relaxed, I continued to knit on this sock, and I finished it up. So these are going to be blocking. I'm going to have like a blocking bonanza in just after I finish filming and I'm uploading this, because I have these to block. I still have not blocked these. And because I had so much work to do, I started another sock. It's ridiculous. I have stuff to do for the knit along. I have a couple of videos that I want to do for the people that are signing up, because we're getting questions, and you know, it's just really nice to send out a video welcoming everybody. So what I did was I knit a whole other sock. This was like my emergency in case I didn't have enough. Oh, look how pretty this is. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So this sock, I forgot the name, but I'll put it up there, is by Summer Lee. I love her YouTube channel. I love her YouTube channel. It's just so happy, and she's amazing. And so this is my first sock by her, not my last, because I just bought another pattern this morning because, you know, I have stuff to do, so I'm looking up sock yarn patterns. But isn't this gorgeous? Oh, this is like Ode to Barbara socks. It has first it has 1x1 rib at the top, and it also has this pretty lace, but it is only on one side of the sock, and then the other side is the ribbing. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I finished this. It took 2 days that I didn't really have. Oh well. What I learned for this is on these, which I adore, and I put them on, not blocked yet, and they feel good. But up at the top here, it's a little tight, and I'm doing the long tail cast on. So I've been kind of looking and seeing, you know, a good way to start the top when you're working from your cuff down to, you know, to make it not so tight on my leg. Now this might relax when I block it, who knows? So of course I had to start this so that I could tell you all. No, I just started because I'm being lazy and I just want to do what I want to do. Is I held my double pointed needles I held 2 together, and then I did the long tail cast on. And this top is so much better. I don't know if it's going to fall down. I don't know if once I block this sock it's going to be too big, but that's why we're doing these. That's why I'm doing these things, to help you. But I'm really, really excited. I just love the way, I love the way this looks. And I have used Emma's yarn, super silky. This is 80% merino and 20% silk. This color is actually, it's called Yarn Yogi, and it is my friend Angie's color. It's her own colorway. She has the pearl, the yarn bus. So that is what I worked on, and then I also finished the knitting on the quilted cardigan with Victoria of Vita Lifestyle. This was her 2024 advent, and so all I had to do was the cuffs, and I had to weave in all the ends, and that was a job. So I did that today, and this will be going in for blocking this afternoon. Isn't it fun? I love the colors. I can't wait to show modeled pictures of this. All right. I also can show you, hold please. It's for the second sock, which I'm not going to work on for a while. Okay. I also can show these now. I teamed up with Crystal Hyatt of Factory Girl Designs. She has these beautiful makers boxes, and she asked if I would design something with the color of the month. So in the box, what I love is she has a knit design and a crochet design. And in the maker's box for January were the locks from Tabitha of Long Island Yarn and Farm, was her locks because of the lock technique that we keep talking. I just had a class last night. Oh, it was so much fun. Anyway, I have a mitts pattern called the Mumford mitts with the lock technique in the cuff. And so she had asked me when we were hanging out at Rhinebeck if I could knit, or if I could do the Mumford mitt pattern in crochet, add the locks, and then use the color that was dyed of the yarn for the month. And I said yes. And so here they are. I can finally show you. That's a happy color. And then here is the locks technique at the bottom. And it is a crochet pattern. It's very easy to do. And these are bright and happy. So I can finally show you those. I also received a lot of my samples back from Tabitha because festival season is over. I received some samples back that Tabitha had. And the first one, I thought it would be fun to show you because I just love it. The first one is this. Oh, I love this shawl. This is the Shoreline shawl. And this is knit with her fingering weight yarn, 2 skeins of her fingering weight yarn. But if you were to knit it, you could use DK or a sport weight. But oh, I love this one. This is an applied border. So you knit back and forth. You start at the top here, in the middle. Right there, and you work back and forth just in stocking net until you get to a certain number of stitches, and then it's called an applied border where you add stitches to the end of your needle, and then you start working back and forth this way, working the lace and then joining it to the live stitches that are being held. I love this technique. I use it a lot for blankets, baby blankets, and of course for shawls. I will be making a wedding shawl for my niece Grace, who is getting married in May. That's gonna start up pretty soon. I'm gonna do that whole process. I can't wait to show you how I do it. Then this is the Sheridan shawl, and by the way, these are all past knit-alongs that I have done with Tabitha. So the first one was this one, and then we did the Sheridan shawl, which is a poncho. And what I love about the poncho is that you can wear it 2 ways. So if I stand up here, you can see that it goes down this way, right? And you see how there's one line here. But if I turn it around, you can see that it's lower in the back, right, than the front. And you can see there's two things here, right? So either way, you can wear it either way. I mean, when I'm at shows and I tell people that this is like the way I wear it before dinner, and this is the way I wear it after dinner because it covers my belly. So this one is also knit first, top down in the round, and then it is an applied crochet, and then it is an applied cable. Just love it, so cool. And this is called the Sheridan shawl. All these patterns are available on my Ravelry. And then she sent this, which is the Josie shawl. And this, I took a skein of her yarn because her yarn it's farm to yarn, so it is very it's a little bit more expensive than than what you're used to paying, and it's just, I don't know, everything about it is a beautiful experience. So I wanted to take a skein of her fingering weight yarn, which is I I can't remember if it's 300 or 400 yards. I apologize. And I wanted to design something that you started, and then when you were finished at the end, and you could use every single last bit of the skein. And that was the Josie shawl. So this shawl, which I put these really cool, I actually spun that art yarn. I made those cool tassels. You start at the bottom here and you work your way all the way up. And when you're done, you bind off and then you're done. So you not that you waste any yarn, but you don't have any leftovers of yarn that you have to think, oh, I love this yarn and I don't know what to do. And that is the Josie shawl. Isn't she fun? With these fun, crazy art yarn. I also received 2 packages this week. The first package is a new to me person who, and we're back. One of the things I love about social media is where people reach out to you and they, you know, ask to collab. And I love that part about social media. Whereas, you know, if I didn't go to a trade show or I didn't, you know, actually were able to go to, you know, the fiber festivals, you know, the networking through social media I love. So Michelle of Kettle and Hearth Fibers reached out to me. Let me show you who she is. And was like, do you want to do something together? I thought, perfect. So we had a Zoom call. I'm very excited. We are going to be doing something together. We talked about colors. And she sent me something. It's going to be, you know, around March is when it would be. And this is her 80% merino, 20% nylon. Would be good for socks. Oh, no, Kimberly, no. Okay, and I just wanted to show you, these are the colors that I will be working with. Aren't they beautiful? I just love them. So pretty. And one of my favorite combinations is this kind of raspberry color and navy blue. And so she just threw in this wee little mini in case I wanted to incorporate it into what we're designing. It is a garment. It is really going to be super cool. I'm really, really excited about it. So I am so excited. So this color is Jam and Raspberry, and this one is Bubblegum. I don't know the color of her navy, but it is like a true navy. So that came while I was away. I have started to really enjoy purchasing raw fiber again. And the reason why I'm purchasing it is I love to wash raw fiber and just see the difference, you know, what happens. But also for the wee little wreaths that we make, that we teach. I taught a class last night with Tabitha. That was the 3rd Zoom class that we taught on making these wee little wreaths. I absolutely love them. And I thought, why not join my favorite part of procuring these locks, washing these locks, because some people, you know, they want a kit. And so I'm going to start selling the locks, the washed locks, through my website. I have to still do a couple things, so it's not ready yet, but I received 3 pounds of a fleece, and it looks beautiful. I just kind of peeked in the box. I didn't really, I didn't really look in it and open it up. And it is a gross rainy day today, so I have to wait to do that. So that is coming, and that is very, very exciting. Tabitha also, because, you know, I had done these really quickly, she sent me back, this is the sweater that we will be working on for the knit along, which is coming up February 27th. It's in a month, and it's called the Evie B sweater. The knit along is all about learning color work. And when I say knit along, it really is a workshop. You are paying for a workshop. There is so much information and so many technique videos. There is a Facebook community. There are 4 Zoom sessions that are recorded if you can't make it, and they're all uploaded and they stay in Facebook, along with every single technique video, which it's looking like there'll be about 7 to 10 technique videos. And then you get to hang with me for 15 minutes if you choose. I'm just really excited about it. I am excited to be teaching a sweater, but not everybody, when they're tackling color work, is ready to knit a sweater. So Tabitha has suggested that we offer a sweater and offer a cowl. So that's what we're doing. And when I was in the shower and I was thinking of something, and I was like, oh, you know, what would be really cool would be a hat. So there is a collection this year with the price of the knit along, which is $75. You get everything that I talked about before and all 3 of these patterns. Each one is just a little bit different. They all look very similar, but there is a little bit of a difference in every single one of them. I'm excited to get started on the technique videos. I will be knitting another sweater. I am also collaborating. I'm not really collaborating. I'm helping out my friend Margaret of Boboleros. She has a beautiful sweater, and I am helping her write the pattern. And I'm just so honored to be able to do that. So she had dyed up the most beautiful yarn. Hold, please. She had dyed up the most beautiful yarn for me in her Vivian brushed mohair. It's 78% mohair, 13% merino, and 9% nylon. This is 225 yards to 100 grams, which makes it like a DK weight. Look at this beautiful color. It is a cardigan. I'll be showing updates on here next week, and also on Instagram on that. She had a cardigan, and I am going to I'm going to make it a pullover, because that's the way I roll. That's what I like. That's what I prefer. I am really enjoying coming to you every week and showing you little bits of my life and showing you what I'm working on. And I'm thrilled to be here every week. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And it really does help the channel. I will be coming back next week. I can't wait to show you what I've worked on, and probably going to guarantee you're going to see finished socks. That pair of Ode to Barbara socks will probably be finished. I don't know, call me crazy, but it will. Have a wonderful, and this one, if anybody's asking, that is the Lovely Locks popover. And I actually knit that in my hand spun yarn, which here is the roving. This was from Tabitha of Long Island, shocker, of Long Island Yarn and Farm. And here is my hand spun. It's a 2-ply. And then I put these pretty locks on that I purchased at the New England Fiber Festival, but they have a website. This is Windsong Farm, and it's www.windsongfarm.com. And I did the locks technique on the bottom. That is a variation of the Lovely Locks of the Lovely Popover. It's so pretty. It is going up on Ravelry as we speak. If you already have the original lovely popover, then you will get the lovely locks popover at a discounted price. There is also little pictures on how to do the lock technique if you don't know how to do that yet. Okay, I'm done. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to reading your comments. Like and share and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Hello and welcome to Knit Rainbow. My name is Kimberly McAlinden. If you're new here, welcome. And why do I always mess this up? It's ridiculous. So last week I told you that it was 16 degrees here, and you know what? I'm gonna hang on. What's that? What's that? Like, what's Rhinebeck? Oh, because